What's up, everyone? This is Christian Duke from StrengthAddicts.com here at the NPC Great Lakes Championships in Erie, Pennsylvania. We're at the check-ins, or I should say outside of the check-ins. I'm joined by the Cleveland creation, Mr. Mike Eli, and promoter Jack Sullivan, and also competitor Jack Sullivan.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about the show, Jack. So how long have you been running this? And
this is our 4th year now doing the NPC Great Lakes. We originally had it in September. We moved it up to April, thought that would be a better move just as far as numbers go, and also with the location. We had held it at the Erie Convention Center, which is right on the lake down there. Beautiful area. We had a big sports convention with it, strongman, CrossFit, the bodybuilding show, all sorts of different things going on. But timing-wise, venue-wise, we moved up here to the casino with the big arm wrestling event that we put on. It's one of the biggest arm wrestling events in the country, so we thought it made perfect sense to pair the two up, and we're excited to have it up here tomorrow at the casino.
Awesome. And Mike, you've got 6 or 7 competitors in the show?
7 in the show. Yeah.
7 in the show. And of course, you're from Cleveland. You're over here. Why are you at this show?
Oh, because Jack runs a great show. I've known Jack for years, and takes good care of the competitors, takes good care of us as coaches. He's got great judges here. He's got Billy Sabilla head judging, who I know is an excellent judge. So I know my competitors are going to get a fair shake, so I'm always going to bring them to Jack's show and support his shows.
And you've got arm wrestling. You got Dave Chafee, who's known all around the world.
Yeah.
And Big Frank Budalessa will be here tomorrow for the arm wrestling, which is going to be huge. And of course, it's at the casino, which, I hear the food's real good. There's a lot of parking, all good things that we like in the show.
Right.
Now, you guys competed back in the day in Pittsburgh, you were telling me, right, Jack?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, long time ago. Mike's gone on to do big things, and I have BB Pro now. And but back it was, 2011,
Yep.
We were on stage, and I won the light heavyweight class, and then he won the heavyweight class. It was back then. I think everybody knew it was coming down to him and I, and he clearly had me on size.
Well, he kicked my ass, man. The overall went to this man right here. So I've been telling him ever since, Jack, you got to get that pro card so I can have my rematch.
Right. And I've been trying, and I did a couple national shows last year, came real close, and did Masters Nationals and did North Americans, lost by a point to a couple great champions, and so I'm getting there, so hopefully we can have that rematch here sometime.
Yeah, and again, sorry for the background noise, guys. It was either the background noise or the noisy lobby. You can't win them all. But Mike, if you were coaching Jack, what advice would you give him? Because again, I'm of the opinion, I'm just an observer, but I'm of the opinion when you're in the top 3 out of a class with over 30 competitors, there's really nothing you can do. And when you come short by a point, there's got to be people on that panel that had him winning.
Right. Well, he's right on the money. I've known Jack for years. Even after we competed, I've seen him compete at the national level. I think right after that show, he went to junior nationals, took 2nd, okay? And then went on and he did nationals. He was in the top 5, top 6 at nationals years ago. It was working his way up the ladder. Then he took a little time off. He was having a family, doing things like that. Then he came back to the scene. And Jack, if you see Jack in a shirt, yeah, he looks great. You see him in contest shape and his trunks, it's a totally different physique. Round muscle bellies, everything flows nice, really clean lines, always comes in condition. And when he starts posing, he really comes alive. So a 200-pound Jack can beat a 220-pound guy any day of the week because of his structure, his shape, his symmetry, his conditioning. He's got a little bit of everything. So what would I recommend? He came in 2nd, he just missed his pro card. I wouldn't come down a weight class. I'm a firm believer in bringing somebody in wherever they look their best. Okay, it's a sport of illusion. Okay, how many times did we see, in pro bodybuilding, you got 220-pound guys compete against 270-pound guys. You got Dexter Jackson, top 3 or 4 in the world at 230 pounds, compete against Big Ramy, who's 270 pounds. Okay, so it's not necessarily size that's going to do it. So what I would do with Jack is just bring him in where he's his ultimate best. Don't try to suck him down and make him flat and make him lose his pop, make him lose his lines. He was right there last year. Keep grinding away. Come in shape like he always does, and just put it back out on stage, and I think he's going to get it. As long as he comes in his best, if he comes in full, hard, round, dry, and grainy, and he presents himself on stage with a good presentation, it's going to happen. This is a sport of perseverance. It's just persevering. I persevered in this sport. He's persevered in this sport. And with his work ethic and his dedication, it's just a matter of time. Just don't overthink it. Just bring your best package no matter what it weighs.
Now, Jack, let me ask you one last question. Thank you, Mike, for that very much. One last question before we end the interview. How do you manage being a promoter and a competitor? Because I'm not familiar with too many people that actually do that.
Well, it takes a lot of balance. I try to wear as many hats as I can, and I do a lot of different things in the industry. It's always been a goal of mine to do as much as I can. I own a gym here in Erie, Real Training and Fitness. And shortly after competing, like Mike said, I did the Pittsburgh and then Junior USAs. And I took some time off. I contacted Gary, said I want to be involved in the sport as much as I can. How can I help? He let me start test judging, so I started going in that direction, and things went well. And I've had a good mentor in Billy Sibilia and Gary and these guys down in Pittsburgh. And so it's kind of just naturally progressed. And along those lines, I kept bothering Gary about getting the Erie show back going again. And, bumped into Jim Mannion, kind of brought it up to him a couple times, and they finally let it happen. And so it was honestly just a natural thing, and it happened very organically. And these guys trusted me to do it. And I've had a lot of great people, a lot of great support around me from guys like, Mike and Brian and everybody else around the tri-state area here, but with the blessing and the mentoring of Gary Udit, who is, the best of the best. We've been able to make it happen. So it's just a matter of balance and focusing your energy at the right things at the right time, and getting the right people around you is how you make things happen. And I've learned that again, to say his name one more time from Gary Udit. He always told me, he goes, if you see people standing around, he goes, that's a good sign, because that means there's nothing going on, there's no fires to put out, and everything's running the way it should be. So that's how we try to do it. And the Mid-Atlantic region, I think we do it the best in the country.
Fantastic. Well, I know that you have a lot of stuff to do in there, Jack, and Mike, your whole team's waiting for you, so I really appreciate you guys coming out here in this beautiful, warm spring day here in Erie. Thank you so very much. For Mike, Eli, Jack Sullivan, Christian Duke, StrengthAddicts.com.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you.